Okay, mama nyina kwaba efa emra bedwam eso on Adom TV live on DSTV channel 280, gov't channel 119, multi TV dig box this no. Ye live and so honum ya kwabenya bi atwe. Ye streaming on all our social media platforms from Facebook to YouTube. Baby alphabia X, TikTok. Kwada nim. Baby alphabia just say Eda Wanisa, Nina so best search for Adom TV. Let me say a very good morning, Uncle and Farmer Alex Zebua, the man Alex Zebua. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You say, oh, hey, pa. Alex Zebua. And also a very good morning, Uncle and Farmer Uradanso Abiam, the Chief Executive Officer at Ghana Link. Wish you all the best. Nyamenka one wajume for yada say a brain na you correct us on our way as we continue to grow. So a person say bija for better ni atwetwe enkomo ye di omai enwo enkomo and enra it was a colorful event. Ya Ghana for wa chichine benche ye awowo ye beka ye ho se yemfa mampani John Dramani Mahama ensi akonya so biem se Ghana mampeni. So for the next 4 years, oh my Ghana eshenensa. For the next 4 years, he's steering affairs from Enrana or so Akufrem Eswano. It be the last day you are the free power. Ghana eshenensa. There be asana mekano. Momi enye ya fomu die. Yemfe ya chita nyina emano. Let's support him. Let's support him. There's this thing I always say, but okay, na on your phone, as you say, no be a genie edi. The fact say obuama abanyo waso ato to name ye doesn't mean say obe solve challenge organ nyina. The fact say obuama abanyo waso no, we're dealing with some of the issues na we men and just aban be solve challenges all my nyina. Within 4 years, within 8 is ultimate. Our fundamental challenge is sikasem. To say obi a fresh yemfa ya dwenkyere, yemfa enim die, yemfa susuye emra. And tranche ko kase, mere me MPP ni NDC no power. Me NDC ni MPP no power. Omnom so betimi enti yemfa nhwomosa. Whatever mess they will create. Sa konya ne ba na beti akunya ne so a you come and meet that mess na wamwa amayen deal with no. Then because man and teacher say moving from our usual NPP NDC MPP na the challenge that continues to confront us no ebe hayen ebe ko so atete ye de bia ebe ko so adi enim de bia. We need collective effort to deal with the major challenger at the stabilizing our economy, putting things in place to make sure say the economy works and works good for all. Kwambe ne betimi afaso a ema inflation etimi aba from. Kwambe ne betimi afaso aboa ama dollar to seed no at least anye pekura na ensusune dantem no enko ekase bebre nimdie bi obia let's pour it out. Let's correct the government if the government go out. Let's commend the government so ya there. Ego mako so honum say former deputy minister of power John Abdullahi Jinapor and as part of an interview a course no ade to just say Ghana epeka ko Dumsor because sesiye wonu me fem we betim de agu ye mashimu amana me nyina one enkania no ye de gumu a don hwere numpe na betimi ede. It's raising a whole lot of discussion. Response every Herbert Crapper, the former Minister of Energy one but quickly yeko na yenko hwe enkotie ensemwa John Abdullahi Jinapor, former Deputy Minister of Power. Well
done. I have bad news for you. Just today, the confirmation we are getting is that we have only 5 hours of fuel stock. If you look at heavy fuel oil and distillate fuel, we don't have up to 2 days. And so in 2 days' time, we are likely to run out of fuel. This administration has not ordered any fuel as we speak. And it takes on average 4 weeks for the fuel to arrive and 4 weeks for the fuel to be treated. And so we are in a very serious situation. At the transition, we brought this up. The outgoing administration assured us that they had procured some parcels of fuel. Today, right after President Mahama assumed office, and I served on the transition, my checks indicate that we do not have fuel that can cater for even 2 days. So clearly we have a major problem. And this is an incoming administration. Even if you order the fuel, like I'm telling you, it will take about 8 weeks. So we are in for real trouble. Well, then I have bad news for you. Just today, the confirmation we are getting is that we have only 5 hours of fuel stock. If you look at heavy fuel oil and distillate fuel, we don't have up to 2 days. And so in 2 days' time, we are likely to run out of fuel. This administration has not ordered any fuel as we speak. And it takes on average 4 weeks for the fuel to arrive and 4 weeks for the fuel to be treated. And so we are in a very serious situation. At the transition, we brought this up. The outgoing administration assured us that they had procured some parcels of fuel. Today, right after President Mahama assumed office, and I served on the transition, my checks indicate that we do not have fuel that can cater for even 2 days. So clearly we have a major problem. And this is an incoming administration. Even if you order the fuel, like I'm telling you, it will take about 8 weeks. So we are in for real trouble.
Okay, ain't so John Abdullahi Jinapor, former Deputy Minister of Power, MP for Yape Kusegu, and what is on the train and Komona, which say the bad news no one magana yes from the transition team Komodi Akosono. Fem ya or mine no ewono and sustain up to even 5 hours, more than 5 hours. So on a quick note, the former Minister of Energy, Herbert Kappa, also the response be Ben Rabra, intervened by a say a flow. And this is a response, Herbert Kappa at the APOC, keep the light on as we did. You are in government. As I have read a statement from Honorable John Jinapor MP, co-chairman of the Transition Team Subcommittee on Energy and Natural Resources, in which he claims that massive load shedding looms as Ghana's fuel stock deplete and seeks to blame His Excellency President Akufo-Addo and his government for it. Mr. Jinapor is wrong. Load shedding does not loom. It is caused either by technical or emergency power generation issues or a lack of competence in managing the power sector. Mr. Jinapor seems to be haunted by clearly by the latter. By the time of leaving office, President Akufo-Addo's government left in stock light crude oil, which Sem Power currently generates power with, whilst AXA continues to take delivery of heavy fuel oil, which it generates power with. This fact is easily verifiable with a phone call to both power plants. The responsibility of the new administration is to not only procure more liquid fuel to keep the light on, whenever liquid fuel becomes required to complement gas supply, but also plan competently to avert power supply disruptions. We did it, and they can do it too, if they can. The NDC government should get to work as we did. The reason we kept the light on for 8 years, regardless of the difficult times, and stop the needless finger pointing. That is not the way we kept the light on. Herbert Kappa, former energy minister. Herbert Kappa also Eddie Enonom. response also ediako ama John Jinapor. Now, so these are the things that we also on this issue of energy. Somewhere last year, October 2024, and WAPCO, a year say, on maintenance. Then the then government, the Akufo-Addo led MPP government, say, there's an election ahead of us. Bibi ebege bi and bet me akọ create enema bebre dey aba so omo postpone omo maintenance no enfanko this year and omo tiase. So we expecting say I think 21st January and 25th January and a maintenance no be starting. Most of your machines they say they running yen ECG no gas na esan say enye de bia on sabit me aka gas ni ti no no waja kakrebo e kire so betimi afa FM go abra transition team no etena so mto om sade frate gridco aso mo ka chom say emprempre ya ye kasen se gas ho ye den na wo say ye so ye nkane na ebe hia fuo e de be pompe e be gireti e nkane ade ma Ghana fo na fuo ye wo no e be last year for about 5 hours. So this is where John Jinapor is coming from. Currently, baby was a CA no. See a case ye resorted to a year near Yusu crude na. Crude was a CA last year for 5 hours. Now the past administration no a year say omu tuana mo na Minister of Finance out da I issues ka na ye de Accra fem wono ebi. But as to say, say a go through some John Jinapor, you mean say a go through, but it will take us about 4 weeks. I said it to me about bedroom. So now the challenge near one ASA or set West Africa gas pipeline, either 21st January or 25th. I want to get the date right. Almost starting of maintenance work in the only crew that's available for Ghana is going to last us for 5 hours. So we are looking, say, maybe you were about, I think, better say 2 weeks. Yes, say 8. So you were about 2 weeks. So see a course had to be with the year. Then you can wait to me account for about a week or 2. And son a crude na yakrano. Penny John Jinapor, I can't say take for the means say and penfo to me shoes, canama, yeah the cry. So son by the means and can bet me a come back 1 week or 2 weeks. So this is the state. Yeah, it's here. Once again, sorry. John Abdullah Jinapor Ekumwa on the actually on energy sector.
Well, don't have bad news for you. Just today, the confirmation we are getting is that we have only 5 hours of fuel stock. If you look at heavy fuel oil and distillate fuel, we don't have up to 2 days. And so in 2 days' time, we are likely to run out of fuel. This administration has not ordered any fuel as we speak. And it takes on average 4 weeks for the fuel to arrive and 4 weeks for the fuel to be treated. And so we are in a very serious situation. At the transition, we brought this up. The outgoing administration assured us that they had procured some parcels of fuel. Today, right after President Mahama assumed office, and I served on the transition, my checks indicate that we do not have fuel that can cater for even 2 days. So clearly we have a major problem. And this is an incoming administration. Even if you order the fuel, like I'm telling you, it will take about 8 weeks. So we are in for real trouble. Well, don't have bad news for you. Just today, the confirmation.
Okay, so I think another ensemi nam. Ebi musu make argument to say John Jinapor ka say you 5 hours no. Okay, 5 hours no atwem. Me pa cho. Ne wo me say yenya enfree gas ne so emma tema. Ni ababa you see that 5 hours crude na e wo no. Ai fuo na e wo no. Etinye se bia ya so na 5 hours no atwem. Yenya nsoye. Because West Africa gas pipeline for maintenance, but they so and start here. On the good side, so you say Asogli so Aristo. Asogli and so Aristo. And so Ediama Omain say afraid can omo de na omotwe e de frame no omni aban kasa no awie payo so Asogli so back on stream abijafo atenase Alexander Yao Chum Barima Esquire, or a member of the NDC National Communications Team and a close confidant of Mpensenpensenmu Party. Kwame Apia Kujia, a member of Parliament, Mama for Fantiakwa North, about 2 pesos. Ya wako there. Ya danyamiase. Enwa white news nejinemu. Hey, oh pamshiu. Alexander Yaju member. Oh pamshe. Oh pamshe.
White be answer.
White here no adekwa inauguration. Hey, me.
Na inauguration over hobi.
Oh na mo ho. Na mo ho.
Na jia mo here na uza mi sawa.
Na mo se mi hu. Oh, na no we hu. Match attire na so top and down nyina. Na ejinemu afa. Ba se bia bokọ de.
Ade gusu she.
E da yame ase. Honorable.
Yes, sir, boss.
Afishapa.
I think over time afeso. Afeso say na why so ku say ya na nyame eguso ehwe so.
So hu mi nwe de aka mo se onu yesu kukura chem.
Say na ban aba. Na ban aba.
Fanti aka no to say.
Fanti aka no for the Fanti aka no for the boko boni bi eni.
Okay.
Omuye. Omu so say ba Adom TV yanchia mu ema omu. Na elections no so to abawie na yenuanom NDC for NDC candidate ya oho onye noko kanfo.
Oh, what?
Oh, sir. Enunti na elections aye back and forth for ABC enra nyame ya Adom parliament etimi enene na sanyumra de banra parliament etimi eso iya and they did her as Rebecca the Nyame no nyam say as full-fledged member of parliament for the good people of Fantiakwa North Abegroye constituency capital. Say elections city yakoye yaye coalition ya could do 130 polling stations out of 132. Now that was around Sunday, about 3 p.m. Then naka just 2 polling stations. Then this for some penny for Africa won't omoko. Ah, na elections na se unim so we near. Aka 2 polling stations because of penny Africa. After the electoral commission say nyafe wo the Emra Akufo-Addo the next day regional office na me declare. The next day ye nuanum NDC for Akufo-Addo electoral commission regional office. Ye nua power NDC candidate. And then executives ni executives ni nyina ye wo ho. Yeah, I'm starting akwati ade na electoral commission for my associate tension ne cost do. Enti nyina I am back. Na on be my date. Ai. Ye be sand aba. Tuesday 2 o'clock. We see a declare. Now the issue I say returning officer say ye be for so no declare no. Returning officer and so enti for official statement we am abonten say am pass for so no need declare ya nti no ya semo no de nyame ya dum ya kodu parliament ho yi de emra kwan bi ya se fa so na sa asem no ya hwehwe mu no ese ya hwehwe mu na yetimi ehu ne actually see me hu ne say NDC candidate no oba chia ne mpanifo no wanka enokre anchire ne mpanifo ewo national office because o kan no kire ne mpanifo national office enka sa asem no initially ne kranka NDC national party no monka ho asem but am say later no hu mu no kire ne de omu eji yo hu film okay ma abrantie no na opese what the quotation
you say asumdwe.
Oh, for now they say the asumdwe because I didn't pass no now your supporters and I didn't tell me because genuinely we have won the elections but next year no mkasa because constituency ni hu hia che me victory but no mkasa ya na de bit ya kasa asopio ho
yeah Emma Trinkwembi
me treat as a question.
no party nyina so ayuko
Thank you.
ya makwaba to the seat of government
Yeah. Badwam Mpensenpensenmu aba.
enye ne nipa pe na nyame pe
And sen na wo munim no.
nyame ne si hene
But wo mo na kasa no mo anwene nko.
ma anwen sa
Bebre na anwene nko. Kofi Akpalu ne Morris Ampao ne ho makaka wuntumi ne mu ne sankofo. They thought the country was in their pockets, so they can just bring it out in as and when they want it. But said okay, no more dwene ko say Nyankopon dey say hin na dey nyame pe na oya. Can send be no TV so that they can, they would have been careful. They are not also butu akotogo no otuko dey. Ma ore sampa no kono togo.
em say no dey ask na be combat
Yeah, mon check it. Oh, togo grade won here playing. Mon pokada be man on fan bag in here. No move nko. One more bi nim show ho kon say Mahama wini ayan hye wom na that. Can you imagine? TV so kan say mu say. Some Mahama be wini wini ayan hye me. As what do you sabi the new wini ya wasa na mo pete wasa fe dia wosere obi hia mo bi ko hwe peturu nguzo nse wo can you imagine it? Huh? Yeah, politics, but we don't go to that extreme end, was it? We don't go there.
yenshima sorry
Yenshime was here nipodi na mkwanyeso. Are you okay? About to one na to be organized. And I would decide to say you 2 years and I would decide who will win and who will not win. What are you man? And I would me do crowd to say. Who's in your biambo? O party in Fion or Fion Bedia could zoom lions a grumble Yanobi. One of them 10 won't come be a one come is yet you sit on TV, national television, because of politics. It can somewhere. Just I don't even know how to describe it. Obisa be no asem kom. Do asem kom me crowd me say spiritual matters kwade na me person me kom bebre. But me ana question back be dem busa senti nyame na ye nyina so no nti ono ana ye na kasa kire mu nyina de.
esun se na obi ate no
Eh, and ayi back we also the say. Apraku say na was Yakob was my daughter.
say nyame kasa bebuom so esun se na obi interpret
And ba any penifo so banyansafo so kasa no kasa bebu wo tiase. Nti wo a wan tiase na say wo ye den.
it depends on otie no
You see, and then one some of them went to their stream. Yen sima sorry. Yen me sing. Because of Nkuma wase. Who so vote back of it?
edrubi akade
Kwasi?
edrubi akade
Did they be and sit down? It's a lie. Muhammad 7 was 8 and go down 8 no. You be quite numbers 5 was 6. I was 6. And right, yeah, show integration. Ghana ni wiase man say nyina na we Kumasi move. Because Kuma Wood movie. How do you call it? Ghana movie. Yes, I can. Aha, Kuma Wood. Thank you. And now we show won't meet you.
and am so be je this omo link net coin na also
I'm saying Mark Raft now. Yeah, sure. No, but you see, I'm just me one man na kwaso between me. So same before nyina no na yes anymore. Na je na happen so tire.
part of your amano no.
Yeah,
obi.
We are here with several former MPs, former ministers, chief executives. No better. Did you see any of them from that end? I know because sabi tafrajo sense munu say you are.
Who send penny?
Me better now with honorable Kofu. Yeah, wine beam. I mean several people. I near Adom Mensa and co. Name them. Huh? Did you hear any of them making such useless comments on this?
Who send penny workers say, baby a penny jina obehuno. Odi akoda gina duan konkom kura o omo aka omo asem ye nkrofo a edi amanyosem na chi na wonim se betimi atobenkum e betimi atodifa eti omo no mo ye measured in some of their comment but once again eno say koye
so here
ekoye
me say wo hwe ne hu ne say o kwa na so wo so ba du hu me
no pay na bo organizers na baso
of course
say to be honest
nobody I mean they may because Sunday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Watch me. The day looks like I'm again Sunday Monday. I was on a holiday. It's watch me. And right Tuesday. Sorry. Tuesday. And then me call Monday. Then remember, I think by 4 or so.
Okay.
And me I was impressed. Even though they were about 90% done.
Okay.
Waiting for the final touches to go. And I can go on better say and I'm a crabby naka. But they become who you know kakrano. I was impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Nti mami who so in fact I watch no sorry. Ye ba be who something extraordinary. Edi ba biem say nipa mum na say G and some kakra.
Yeah.
Because I think say any arrangement no. Sitting capacity ye plan ye say do be to o man nipa no one ticket that mo ba nipa be for the na chi. Afedi ba bi no. Ba bi en say nipa kura gina mpo afei ye ti wano kwa say na hunu de eso hwene mpo.
Yeah.
O ma for be gina nim. Opa mo so nye ye because ye nyina ade hwe into obi e ba ye. So we have to endure but ni nyina mu no asedaka se na edi kan de manyankopon. Edi kan so ma ye nyina nkwa. Ani ahoden ma yetumi ye nitimi hu enrada ene de siye. Wiase mansan nyina wo mu afu plane ba ye wo mu asan call back nra wo mu afi no mbekọ so dum mu nyina bedu asomdwem mitwe ma tukan bebere pa kwese but ade ba kwa ya na friends that nyɛ ka fa ye plane no.
And so the safest mode of
sa no one can da bia but ade wi as well out say it's not really that comfortable that's not for one no. Ade onam wi serious but say nyakopon
baby ehu cry say
we
take off na kra woman na say e ba from kra and some say e land we here
Ubisa. But wadon de om nyina ba ye amampanimfo ahodo na ewomu any various reps of various governments. Odom ba ye yante nwe e ba biara me gidi se wo matimi ko ndran so odom akodu asundwom apte na yante boni bia edi. Wo mo bia ne no mbekọ nso e dansabu a no odom ba besa de wo akodu asundwom. Ye de nyame ase for that ye daga na fo nyina nso ase. Sa ye di kan munya gidi wo yira dwondoma ni ma moto abakora de ma no e ma de bi nsi da bi asi. The numbers in parliament, the numbers in winning the elections. Ni nyina ye ne mo bi nsi da. Ni percentage wo nya ye bebre je ni nyina bi nsi da. But making the man under this for the public. And then ni so many broso. Mo amunya da de tena fie hwe ye mo amofo ka free other regions amumba bi we bi kwa bada ye Jordan no asana de echi ebnada yi ma wo mo achi aba program na say all these people we appreciate and acknowledge mu nyina mo efforts. Asofo eba ye Reverend Osubempa mi hu opambo mi hu Prophet Nigel Gezi mi hu Pentecost Sofopani what your friend example Nyameche Apostle Nyameche I think I saw Duncan Williams also Archbishop asofo na makum yi sofo Jesus Amofe no this is a brand good sofo beduko Robert Amekra
okay
sofo beduko bi near that I mean I saw kakra dodo one
it won't say no me buy
oh there was some TV now here me sofo beduko bi ni asofo mpanifo awro me yenti mmom nyina mo din but Jesus Abrantia Jesus Amofe all those people mo amoba ye nyinara mo mba nyina po ametimi nka mo nyina mo din mo no kakra ye hu ye nyame hye mu nyina sa mo nyama da de se mo bre panin so ansa bra wo nya bre ba se butumi se bre betana se be hwe ma dwuma de ekon efrasia ko tum na wiye mo nyina so aseda kase ko mo nyina na yenim sa ja de aka na de adwuma osom ana se aka free na de kro ano so de yewura na mo ahyembo se de mo ani ni hwemo no ono so ntimi ni entimi so enni mo so mo hwemo nti free na de ko edi osom papa ana yebeso de yesere wo mo nchen ya de ba ko pempa bo mo fanta na chi Bible say nipa won kwan na wade nyina binya na nkwan na ho de ndi atrase ade na adwuma de asom pa mo expect from him in the next whatever I mean 4 years de yanimu na bre no diko wi a me gide se na adwuma ye no adanse be ba ho ama mo ambassador de ho adanse ma ashemu nkran se yeah mo ne ebeto aso
enu say nketia kan sem bi say the continuation of NDC is dependent on the performance of Joma.
Of course, I mean, they become back several times. Yes, and we know. I mean, campaign. Yeah, campaign based on the demand no in the past. And near the casa. The MBB campaign, no more campaign based on Akufo-Addo demand and end the about me demand and exactly. So, Ninja no fapim out to ye. And I begin also there can be. So indeed, our next government or our next elections or whatever no will be based on what we are doing today. This time it will not be on the 2013 to 16
yeah
Because
no some no since 2024 to
exactly to 2028 or whatever.
No who is no
fine. Me jina Mufidi so TV station kesi so. Na ma congratulate President Mahama and the National Democratic Congress. Successful ceremony and if it's at this point, you know, you're in there as opposition party. I'm a member of parliament for Fantakono. And they said, and what be a to shape policies, programs, intervention, or the baby. I know now, Bibia more Ghana for, and I in the interest of Ghana for no. And they be used to the floor of the house. Now, they can once na ya use media so edia kan hwasem bibia ese nyina ekabom ne ye na Ghana sign called the next level adwuma President Akufo-Addo ni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye na yetime boa na President Mahama enso beto aso ye nye President Mahama efelua ene ebema ye yaba abamu bi.
Okay,
and we are not hoping say so fail. We are hoping say any oye alternative policies here ya debeba more superior than your obeyen and no never my ababam. So we are wishing him well. We are wishing the National Democratic Congress. We are wishing them well. I'm saying no bibia fine. And your best friend so say asumdwe no a ewo hon. Asumdwe a atimi ama ya atimi hand over power to another government. BBNC. So I don't know, Papa, lawyer, can say, Obi could do some dream when I did. Don't mind was some dream. As some dream, one who yaching BBA. And no necessary Obohumbai. Now, I expect to say, Baby, I will hear more as a party and as a immediate government. And as minority, but be here more for new government here by you know, and what be here no, be saying a beboa. So because I Ghana near na ye chichiri. I dear back President Mahama a kaya and I am a day. Ubu our the President Akufo-Addo. Because I didn't know and the December say quite we are there be who me the wafa be. So would describe President Akufo-Addo as a worthy opponent. So, I don't know the communicators no insua because NDC really power be busumi muya near you go through transition comments ya efi ebi more urban. This is an Akufo-Addo MPP government by an 8 years in church. Sometimes some of these comments, you know, if he's senior high-profile members of the National Democratic Congress. And yeah, dear Ebeboa, who hear President Mahama a speech or my anyhow or acknowledge President Akufo-Addo. Ne just say utimuso omoye namfo even in Parliament and outside Parliament. And I'm happy so say baby obo Bawumia baso say elections no jitu muntem. Ema edi asumdwe bae no so eyadia esese yehwe. Me baby na emese me kakra bi ni say time o kan elections ne ho asem no na esesenka basa ya e ba coalition centers no after especially after voting na me come expecting President Mahama e be kan ho asem.
Okay.
No dear may suggest is going into the future as a country, as a government, as parliament, as a CFA. Netimi SLT a committee of inquiry into sir and name we see. Because we need to safeguard our democracy. Say yeah to aba election process no there, voting processes no there. Na very peaceful. Now and there may CC coalition center. Say in certain constituencies 31 polling stations no ye meka ho near declare winner. Na binom di two binom di abo me constituency say me struggle answer na meet me an coalition center. Me dey me prefer say election yente ho ase a me prefer say ye dey be court dan say ye be twa ba ye be twa tuo. Nti ho no dey nanka mesre enra niam bebra president Mahama kan ne yade a say a productive so see or the year juma ebeboa nyina but all kind election ho asem nanka after voting in coalition center and niam basa see ye ne ade and most of the issues no between ye we ha nyina most of the basa see ni nyina were coming from the National Democratic Congress because only panokra or president no wajatum and ten we been see hada in our history presidential candidate be anywhere wajia batum ntem chain ye Dr. Baumia ye in our history which say elections na and it was not in contention election ko na we lose we win we win enti ye koye nimu na ye choose say democracy and ye dey be adwuma ye ni alternative bia no ye best say near see after voting in coalition room basa ne de say a bind to ne koma so say aban anya as minority no ye be pushi near set up parliamentary inquiry into sa ne sisi say ne ebin sibiem because apart from democracy no ye ni alternative bia and not democratic countries by upon presidents so be a senator they fine Burkina Faso for a de beduya soldier tade na we say no just clearly who say na just wonu kwa watom
onu so kwa ne tuition no
onu kwa watom
president
so ti who say no enya fair but who fee other countries by democratic states ni adiba who say fe ni onu kwa cha president na ono kwa o se soja tade ne ade na clearly no hu ze watom na ebia hu ze bia no bia obi be describe no say because president ni be bodyguard so inteno ya de aye
okay
but me da me fa mo fidie kese so na ma da infanti akwa no ofufuase na mo ahye me no nyam after over 30 years ye ne omo aye adwuma me say adwuma ne ye nyina no na enim se nipa make because these elections it was very competitive elections especially in the constituency at the last elections you winning 379 you winning by 379 there's no constituency in Ghana difference parliamentary difference 379 presidential difference was around hovering around 1,800. At this time, Chinami by winning you. There's no constituency. 379. Na nyamia Adom na yatimi winning there. You just say Fanta Akufo-Addo no nyam.
Okay.
Na we so kire say adwuma wo ho a ese no munyina ka bom na ye na your constituency no yatimi move no efi baabi e wo no esan ko ekosro.
Gaza afi John Abdullah Jinapor on Dumsor Looms painting a picture how yen kania honsem no ete as your mama takes rings are fair.
Well, maybe I'm just now kind. What's your response now kind?
Herbert Krapper, former energy minister.
And I watch Jinapor so DM.
Yes.
Jinapor the is a reality.
Okay.
Do you know why? You say be on no kind in American side. We are in transition. And I say we are in transition. Na hono ye ko hono hu sen sam wo mamu ha pro we out to me and sam wo ha papa anya de even alternatives you come control no bia okay so whatever Jinapor told you is the reality I'm so no energy subcommittees no so
yeah
me ba bia na me wo so I would miss many idea hu was it It is occasional to say your fuel capacity a be take in for 5 hours or more. Because if no bound in control, we will put question to you to go and bring evidence. Ebi no dey want me yan ba pon na. Bombe yan what? Ebi no nsam no, o want me yan ba pon na. Ba no yen be ba at all cost. The one dey over automatically you bring the reality because we are taking over. So you take over there. What's it? I mean, as okay, at that time. Okay. We were taking over, and you taking over there. Be won't be an I was up over the be anything.
Okay.
So at that moment, if it is one, it is one. And you don't, you put a question to you don't just say one and go. No, you go and bring evidence to the one. You're not tell ever transition level. No. So catch yourself, indeed, I believe him more than anything that Krapa is saying. At this point, Krapa will be speaking politically, but he will be telling the reality. All right? But who can be me? How can be said there was a postponed maintenance to 2025?
Yeah.
Why? Why? So how Edmana schedule no? Actually, I say middle June, middle July, middle August. Edmana was saying I was too free August to say July, and that's a month to October. No, I say be February and January 2025. Why? So now. Fan said there was a critical problem. And I want your maintenance in Inti. Be between see and empower between October to January, which is about 4 months, right?
Yeah.
And the BBC critically. Kahu goes up.
Maybe not manageable. Because
when it comes to equipment,
if you are not manageable,
equipment, such equipment that is out to care.
Yeah.
What any signal, any sound or noise or whatever, and now that's what throw will be and fail yamro. In true fashion, you can say, oh, when you make me the kind of go for your coping, now so I know what green and water. But you don't know what is inside the car, what is happening to the car at that moment now. Emma says signal. The same applies to this machine, said unity power. A machine. So machine is say no no. When it gets to that point, don't joke with it. What was I going to water damming? A do level be almost baby automatically was saying be manical. If you say one journey for just 2 days in Ponua, be born agency. So you take chances when it comes to power generations. Sometimes in Zwebu Biana Sabi, not a credible India, but in some way, and they went there, be and say, when in a Soviet member, because it's really about. Maybe you'll be not going to be for money. So those ones are there. But yeah, we have here if one said, I don't know, I'm not trying to carry about 3 days. I want week to be. Yeah, we saw. There will be nothing called down. What does it? There will be nothing called down. So once you get to that point, do the needful. And what is the needful? I mean, gates be not the quantity opposite econ. It do as close. Likewise, these machines, it do maintenance level, maintain them. It what you question today. So what the question today? What more will be here? Because what about that you are running away from? It is still going to come up. Now we say do something about it. It's now we do everyone. It do something about 25 there and open. If that was your mindset, we are in October. We are not doing something. You control bands. Some of us say, Akufo-Addo not doing something. Nasi biya me doing something. Only be campaign tiya. So I question about fans about me na win here. And I question about me time say about me time doing something and the happen sir. Was it? Akasa na company. So ni nyina anya. But what you should have done was to have done the needful, which is say yenye maintenance. I don't think you should have taken them the whole 3 months in to do the maintenance. It yenya to continue and generate proper power for people. Again, most of our machines in the produce power, and especially the IPPs, majority of them relies on either some are just pure gas.
Yeah.
I think I saw at some point was pure gas. I don't know if they some dual there. At some point at the initial stage, now because you call those days, now you're pure gas. That's why I'm starting to be able to receive West African gas pipeline there, never. Maybe somewhat dual one for crude and power. Sorry. Crude and gas at some point they are fine, but majority of them are gas generation. Obviously, be a crude. Obviously, what do I think plants like Bakuya was secondary. Oh, it didn't make me come. I was secondary. How baby said, I'm severe from Pona, a control plant needing refuge. And offer two nina.
Okay. At
some point with use gas. At some point with use crude. And the gas in the war was gas is. Sorry, was switching to crude. Crude is in why let's be a gas and about just switch to gas. It will be out in the money. So those ones are okay. But one more the end at some point when that core raw material in Niwa and as a source of power in Niwa won't mean generate power over my.
Yeah.
So the question is that you do you companies A, B, C, they be a companies let's say 5. 5 and they move 4. So only crude, assuming.
Yeah.
and then one it me use gas and crude at the same time. Nti ono the other man be okay. So she says a crude na so one issue let's be a fuel no and I won't issue a o man gas a obetumi akọ. But the one more just single line no one day onya the ohwe na wetimi come and so such people do you have to allow them to go down by not giving them what they need. And when you are signing the agreement with them, there's always an assurance that you will give me this. To be able to give you that.
But say I know say any that blanket opens say because when him say
any blanket opens
say there be obinya raw material now pen because you know say raw material no e fa mfidie mu say na wo ka mfidie no e ho betimi atachima e bi na ni say wapko so kwa akoye maintenance say wapko ye maintenance
no say wapko the on your West African gas pipeline for now some they are giving you the direct, gas they don't generate light for you
there be
the gas live in Nigeria through Benin to go to Ghana. Macron meetings around 2009, being between 2009 and 2012. I tell you some of their meetings, I know me one idea. What I say? Okay, so no. Yes. Sometimes between 2009 and 2012. My boss was then and I'm going to need him. At some point, I think he even became the chairman for. There's a committee of West African ministers on that line. Yeah. So it's a comparison of Togo, Benin, Ghana.
Otenje kwano no so kono no. Sana peso chiro.
What is it? My meetings.
Okay.
And I mean, being in that meeting room, no, things about that. I mean, I can refresh my mind on some of them. So what I say? It's one the so amount crude. Sorry, one amount gas. No, I happen from Nigeria. They block. There are times they fail to do that. They cite sometimes financial reasons. One reason because I don't know what's anything. Into what am I madoka and no wasting the energy.
I can't catch. So for now, near man for Bisani, yes. If this is the picture, wouldn't it bring the minds of Ghanaians and say NDC for no masaba any Dumsor?
No. What is NDC for Nasaba? Makacho said when we are taking over. And listen, we will brave Ghanaians.
Okay.
But see, I did be a problem. We like Ghanaians. This time we are not hiding anything from Ghanaians. At time we can say the money now. We are afraid now. I didn't have a boy name back in that also. Okay. I never sat here. But what time you hear all this is be PSA about Dimagana for Ghana for they are giving us the mandate. It is their asset. It is their country. Okay? So we must open up to them, let them know what is there and then what is not there. And I don't think we will fail to do that.
Okay.
Okay? This for now back and do so back. You do so who gains? Say do Canada who fear beduno. Mimi fear bedu, you say hand this in net, and hand this penny bin at whatever until you know the more escape number in the next house. In good one, it's the entire area that goes off. So do something about Becca in this Becca be Benin, a Becca PNC, a Becca Alachamatic movement for a Becca. So nobody gains from that.
Okay.
The most important thing is that we fix or we find solutions to the problems that is there. Problem is that many be making available because it's not John okay. For instance, the fuel. So when you have been the ban now, it will take us 4 weeks to be able to work on it to make it, safe or sound to use.
Yeah.
And then 4 weeks to also bring it in because I was shipping idea.
Yeah.
It's not a technical. I have assumed you know. But what the answer taking only 5 hours. So my question may be say about the sign that would me make a reserve of only 5 hours.
Maybe my arrangement from you pay on time.
Nasana having a crap
makes it maybe.
So he should have said that.
Okay.
Okay? When you heard or when you know, sir, because when I energy minister say.
Yeah.
So
at that time.
Yeah, okay, very well.
What take you over?
Very well.
As I said, my orientation.
It was just yesterday, so that guy, your man.
I'm pronouncing it in just
so. No. I understand, but it was just yesterday anyway. So, as at yesterday, he was energy minister.
Yeah.
Or that going energy minister, technically. If machine be a one out of my.
Okay.
This 5 hours was then he asked my king, don't Jinapor pen or the cook who were for you. And information money be anyone who say. We met me last year for only this moment.
Yeah.
So what I say? But tell me, Busa said, no, all that kind of church. What you should have done was that yes, this was what we had. But and among A, B, C, D, you need to be back or Chanapa. If you ever do consider it will do and this many idea could do sing. No, I can't say was it with Okaza.
But I say,
Bibi Yanma enough for you.
Oh, you know, must kind of every
who would they make you?
So, Mancabawaka.
Bian, no, just all time to question to me. 25 million on the sales manager in Because I did what just one wave 2024. What quarter the first night I won't buy in your so. What's on the and I want to go.
Maybe a query I want
Horrible. I was that's it. First of all, as someone immediate past energy minister I can. I don't know no credit.
Yeah, Herbert Crapper.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know no credit.
Okay. And then a John Jinapor.
No, John Jinapor on no cry a whole coho transitional committee no chairman near the whole coho and at the end so no almost started lamented. Yet to a bama a mine say almost solve problems. So you're to a bama. Oh, see, Momuti baby Gracas, Akufo-Addo, for 8 years, and never be Akufo-Addo, from the energy sector, from the service sector, industry, infrastructure, Muso Nyashi. Yatwa Bamam. Ya say, Mumra, no problems, sir, more case or hon, more fix it. Nothing what ba Ubedu ya and all lamented. Of the two political parties. MPP and the NDC. When a world record say what brought this country into darkness for almost 4 years. When there was a record. Edi ebia no na almost was one here. There no management issues account. So management adema no I dey amount. I say ultimi managing the man dey amount. Mukra 1 point kra no mo say President Akufo-Addo Mahama President Mahama president elect. For that matter kra no. And say or yet transactional ibia so we involve in who bibia the cost near expenditure bia mo na moka but president na lawyer onim say na djuma no obaya akosi tam ese we so enampa ono so waya akosi tam ese we hand over peacefully amamo mo kodu ya na ebia Enemani bi achichire mo so a go back to Honorable Herbert Krampano. He is there, or energy minister. Ono so aka kire mo say mo believe say ne John Jinapor e kan ye no kra. Ono de o believe say nye eno nye no kra. Mo free power producers no. Because one man indicates he say there were enough light crude. And yes I heavy fuel.
Did he say that? Was he?
Oh, he said it. Lawyer. Yes.
And 5 hours.
Yes.
That is what Jinapor is saying.
Yeah.
No Jinapor position. Herbert position. Facebook post now. Yeah. So, and was a challenge media any even union NDC for say more problem. Mo da mo fa telephone, mo press call to the power producers. Now I'm finding out say near okay or boa papa you lawyer ni media me lawyer ni into nipa no ama a kwan between they establish evidence to buttress his position. Don Jinapor so kasan MP ono so antimi anka babia you between establish enokre ono dey okay.
Okay, so
of the two no.
So back to Herbert Krapper babia o mention. There is a paragraph. I say by the time of leaving office, President Akufo-Addo's government left in stock light crude oil, which some power currently generates power with, whilst AXA continues to take delivery of heavy fuel oil, which it generates power with. This fact is easily verifiable with a phone call to both power plants. The responsibility of the new administration is to not only procure more liquid fuel to keep the light on whenever liquid fuel becomes required to complement gas supply, but also plan competently to avert power supply disruptions. We did it and they can do it too, if they can.
Wait 1 second. Or machine just 2 power plants.
And I say who be 2 point be na say who be here say the lawyer
say e be use gas,
lawyer I'm saying we don't farm time no. Don't worry. Well, was say adie no a one stop adie. And they do baby na say ne hu hia say esese moton because miss of energy source who has some dey kan. enti wa kire say as at now the we there e wo ho enough na ebedu ba bi na ho behia say we bia mo pass mo switch on to the other sources of power mo nya arrangement prudently na mo fanto
but also
and what say kwasi we dem so and what say se ne ye nyina ye kan ye ntiase a see ye party NNDC for a party enti independent for ho a se ye nyina ye ntiase a ye press ko
same power and AXA
and AXA ye misa wom enti anu ye bisa.
Okay, so I think near baby a Jinapor so free ban say yes, we who say buying the previous government no I arrangement to bring in crude. But no kind of time one bedroom. And the challenge na ye babe face as on mine. Ye ko ye nim no. And no man Ghana for as what we Ghana for years say. Sa period na e wom no. Yeah, fam wo na ban no ye ho adwuma na ban be bedroom. Na ya feeling about 4 weeks.
And feeling so na be yen waduma. And so for no he said it. You want I can what can make on
okay. So near ya feeling no. Sa space no one and I watch the challenge and say challenge ni ba. Maybe a me look no as if say your mama take you over no and ya kwakoto sa or how.
The position of the immediate past energy minister na Herbert Krampa. Clearly no. As at now the problem be any.
Yeah.
Future there, the future no is in their hands. As at now, no 2 days in 5 days here, Jinapor can baby cry Jinapor no open recognition. Say open energy minister or NTBA open recognition from Nincroft on the horse and yet on bait me who's what can be big. Yes, if you Nincroft on who's only more can be near the sending on us attention by Banaso. And the politics no here. We have a campaign there. Or immediate past minister. Onye bibia begun hu anim ase. Onye bibia begun hu anim ase. Because nyama all can na verifiable. E ade e beti ahwem. And was I challenging the Ghanaian people say, Sasema me can you cry monte ase a. Mo de mo press call to this independent power producer. Yes, and anu ya ye minia. Kwasi ya ye. Nye no ni ade ni ubigina ha kase obi a ono provide the evidence. Na obejira ha kase ono de ne nye no be on provide evidence no o can some dia pet the recognition of the president or their purpose no ne de no ne emfa
do per say for example your call AXA and some power hon mo a yemi so mo question ben
say SSA bi so say some former minister and kind no cry na enye no cry and na say bisa
say omo light crude oil
say ndi wa kire wo in statement nti eno na say bisa so that ye ba na ye discussions ho a ne yetimi aye discussion based on an informed position. Mini what you say. Be obi a okeka ni nsam ni ade dia pek recognition there. Sensam na say tugu ba bi. Open recognition keke. Open recognition keke. Sabi speaker ka say recolated constituency once where in ade nyina. Ye call parliament ye dey negotiate. So and some people are politicians can the recognition within their own party for attention.
And
you find something to baby. What say the bottom line is that you no more any attribute. This is not the time for lamentation. So you know me attribute. Ya to abama say Badwam President Akufo-Addo aye ni baby o de beduno. Omo to aso. Na edru ha Ghana for nankasa na be assessment. Say whether say adwuma no om de ma om ne om ka so mbeye ne ade no. Omo ya for now, no dear President Mahama, you have a man some time, because everyone you swear all that we can say is you very wishing well. Now, yes, baby, we have support in terms of ideas. I will push your mind as I call Nanimbium. Yeah, MPP for the young coming on your bodus no mra. So, what's now buy a Badwam.
Nyamempemu say ye could do some penso say Dumsor unity a ma ye blame Akufo-Addo government.
Now better no blame Akufo-Addo government. Akufo-Addo government they say one of the say why ya yen say ya say mo no beto aso. So en say minia say ukofa obi a adwuma no e bia on te ase na ohun ye no.
Okay.
Oko tramba bi 1 week kra 1 week no problem obetimi dia ba no untimi fa 1 year kra solve. Niye can say, Omudu baby no more short ideas. It was our energy sector honor. omo kase niam na twetwere omo bo se na John kan ya o de Herbert is ready. Herbert is ready. The government is ready. Baby, I twetwere omo bo bia omo hiam one. Omo ba ye bebo omo in terms of ideas. Ye bebo omo so that we can keep the lights on. Well, because omo no more records omo do man ko Dumsor mu ni ade. Na omo de man ko Dumsor mu say e kire bibi say bia niam so manage or energy sector ho na ntimi ankoye. But here for 8 years no nyame aye Adom Akufo-Addo ni ba mi abaye no yatimi keep lights on for 8 years. Into do baby na say bia omo aba na omo problem in terms of management so far as the energy sector is concerned and any other sector bia mi kwasi makachiro lawyer makachiro mo ye nkrofo no wo ho omo aye ready say bia mu hia mu bia mo beka ye bebo amo into lamentation no there. And this is not the time for lamentation. This is not the time for propaganda. This is the time for actual work. And no, na ye nyina ye hwehwe. Mwa bia say the time much ye better much. That's it.
Prase bedi mula.
Yes. Before so become.
Mo just 30 seconds.
30 seconds. And you buy some to us because do you mention Senate power or Senate?
Senate power.
Senate power.
Yeah.
Okay. So because you was Senate and
That's
you was Senate power.
Where Senate? Ono kan Senate.
So
Senate power.
Senate power.
Yeah.
And me babubo the list me ma list ni pakeke. Na fe no akwaba.
Ene ma men komra.
Come wait 30 seconds come na one zia.
Enti ma men komra na woni nyina aka bom na wa rap am preko. Ere am. Era se boys be ya akrade go mboto. Mula enkweba e ba beto aso. Okay, so wakwa bie mo ama wi ni nim se enigi abafie. Enigi abafie. Wa wi ni as o demu anesa. There we have catch us winning a member because every year 12 there will be another live draw, and May 6 there will be another live draw. This is the only station ma kwanya na to Team Nyakra at the two bottom. Fortunately for us, in the first 120 days of President John Dramani Mahama, betting tax will be off. Say dear, what is happening? Who cheers are the fagum cheers are for one to say. How to say me betting tax the furniture. The Akaba when ya tax holiday. Yeah.
So now, because now me can be about the power sector. As minister, obobo companies are woman in Kenya.
Okay.
Now what try woman the raw material to produce power. Ubo two. So woman the woman woman the bayaduma. Listen to the number of companies. You attack the international company and person body na menka.
Okay.
Tiko no. And what attack
Yeah.
And you work Sonona Sogli power plant. Ewotama. Two no. You was Senate Power, and it is owned by Senate Energy Limited. And you work Axaya Wodi.
Yeah.
And you work Amandi Energy. You was Sen Power. You work Early Power. You work Car Power. And Mary no one but women now. Woman in a bit of and yet way no deal. And it's way no deal.
But
so when you mentioned two, no be catch I say upon the over can what can in a bomb. The number was anyone just a summary of the working. Was say what can in a bomb? I didn't know one you bet you're producing Kenyan. It can last for days and above days or hours. Me what?
But see,
no one can.
Yeah. But Herbert Kappa, dear, no. Have you also verified say all these power plants no abobo so ni nyina no?
Obo but all this in here. Obo
me count the abobo is say. Ni nyina na use light crude oil nana.
Oh, matana church obi ade use na. Me say ebi use gas, ebi use light crude, ebi use say. Obi so a do a otimi fatu ni nyina. Emu bia bela bi odu fa de.
They use crude. Dudo said they use gas. Dudo said they do a.
Do into yeah,
and not me amia perisi na small can I say. Or shiny only AXA and Send Power. Some now take it delivery and they have in stock when it comes to light crude oil. It's just say you a beer no more use light crude oil. No, I am more than the 2 hour.
It doesn't matter how many they are. They all need something to be able to give you something. Simple. Do you hear gas? Hear gas. Do you hear crude? Do you hear crude? One fine manual machine is work for energy maybe camera is one man power cable. Otwa we say they are enko I know say power cable no emu atete ti man foforo we say me who camera so do use power cable who use power cables they all use something whether it is light crude or heavy crude or gas or what they all use something. How many of those things do you have now or do you have for tomorrow? In case I'm having go to be now. Nana Akufo-Addo kasa in parliament. He was telling us how much we have in our foreign reserve.
Yeah.
It's one not tell us say it might take you for this long. Yeah. So what how many days can it take us?
On the okay. No, so my procure. They
how many days? Yeah, no, and someone I can't.
And some we say no be at let
no, me can't say no can't let me know. Hey. So you only them because I'm not trying to empty no. We are going to
say conquer detail.
Of course.
No one says
don't say ever take you 5 hours. If you want to counter it, bring yours and tell us say you were A B C D E F. And these things all being put together and it can take you for 1 month, 2 months. Messi man Penitra Parliament or say your foreign reserve you say. And it can take you for this number of days. It would you know how many I mean the quantity of crude I want for light crude whatever I don't even care about it. Crude near was saying.
Okay.
And it can last us for how many days?
Okay.
Gas, do do send a and it's been last year for saying. I mean, say, baby, we shouldn't be worried. What can I say?
There's a 5 hours, no crowd, not join Jinapor kind. It brings you raise a question, say, from the time maybe Sabro.
I send a word with him. And I want him. Which room was I was it no can after I said,
yes, switch it too.
Exactly. And I want him that.
Yes, switch it.
Can you check if we be no be show? None back up in or no. You gave us explanation to that. I said, I've been near them. And I'm just saying, we check them. Some ministers say, we are not guests. Now, what did you remember? Who's that with me? It was a man. Oh, of course, also the embodiment. In two content, I mean, I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised. But, I mean, I know the 5 hours doesn't mean so. If you done come and walk on 5 hours and started, that's not what you're saying. But you need to watch them. But you know, was it? This is the kind of response I was expecting from one what I was and give me this something. Say, oh, that be, and then correct. You were ABR, and then quantity of crude. Gas is your supply be in fact, as I see aircon, the one of might take ABR for the next 3 months. So Ghanaians should not be worried. But also, Nigerian Lucania, Sans Crack air band, the Akran air band, so might take here for this number of days. Can some see some so? Don't give a vague statement and expect us to be there. I mean, I was analyzing it for you.
For example, AXA, or say, AXA continues to take delivery of heavy fuel oil, which it generates power with. It's AXA there.
It's AXA and
AXA and Sun Power.
No. And I'm saying you know I'm going to listen. You would have listen.
Oh, you but just say, seeing himself for now, dear. Because of maintenance now, a WAPCO Babentino. Or mom rely solely on gas.
Exactly.
Good. And for now, your attention will be drawn to them.
And you know swear.
Listen about a handover note.
To call or cast after handing over notes. No, he should say something. Miss 2 minutes to see. Don't number about 5 hours.
Okay.
I saying, John, the Anabia Waboa, 10 days in your walk. Not what 2 minutes to see. 1 year, what days be? Or look at 5 hours, I was in the what can I say? What can I say within 7 hours? And how did 2 days? You couldn't establish a fact. And I was a young man, I'm a man. Sounds like a was it? Also, diminution.
Yeah, one want to say benya habit.
But you see, no, the fact is what I'm telling you. So also, what's will be 5 hours now? I can in summary, correct. What is the correct one? The one, how long will it? Can it last the country?
The correct one is they kept the lights on.
Oh, bro, Dumsor see ya. Say na po enfantante. When you don't listen to them. Dumsor makulwa. And then there was Dumsor. Mo amukoko to na po ni mo Kumasi University. Ekobusa an say media for near bo owura. Wadaroma Dumsor number. Yeah, man for the timetable. Or can me wa na sabe na okasa na deep a periods for the state that say there should be timetable me bwana. Answer me near yes. So the regulator and the instruction say mo a wo say ase no. You say Dumsor ba. For timetable na man for awudu mo kan ya ni hunu say me kan ya be ko blessing be ba blessing. Ukobusa na ji minister wo to phone ma e du yatem guso.
So ne dum CC. And I want to one.
But okay that's kono fa timetable wo the other boy. Yeah no. So I don't know. We are gathered there command. Ka ba to be ka kire wo.
Sonne na damfo ne obi a. Oya sante he na damfo ne obi a.
So I mean, South American.
Yeah.
Dia me masam pa ni. Kan ya ni dum no emfa so bia mraban bia wo. Me bitumi je dum kan na de emfa so na me nya bere ho. What you mean? Background can you do? They have person under background for being free to can you so it bring no good to us. For somebody to be happy about this and can you do anyone then by mommy. But can you listen to 24/7? Some matter. All right, I need light to be able to iron my own dress. And where? Okay, so to me, the first time iron is important. Much I my phone. I need light. So the light should be on. Nobody wants the light to go off.
So with the light be on.
Nearby, I just do can. I would answer with the light be on. Yeah, sure. We are telling you the problem, but that doesn't mean that you will not work.
Okay. This assurance are gonna.
I'm not gonna. But your person who said the only.
Okay.
We need to tell them the problem.
You come baby, you sure no one. You sure won't see a bit of can and young coho. Oh.
Na say wa wakasa wo se aban na okọ nra yi no na our West African gas pipeline for your maintenance
yeah
sabe mo between gas na koso de abere ye wo se mo ntwe nko 2025 enti wonu asem aka na wa se be ba so from January 2025 yi kro me bua se wona aka sa enti no start just as obli for de bedum o mo use gas only no o de be off there will be challenges but challenge ni aye carry forward challenge Akufo-Addo pia ko na nim say yen metoso. Tell them when they come that way. They do so a Kasach Ghana for Ghana for no. Saying Nedam Muhammad in the casting where maintenance in 2025. And I don't see a October to win 2025 may lose. What I can we I said inference. It's an inference.
Let me cast my friends also.
Okay, say.
Me say I buy say from October.
I buy behind. Is a banana baby.
The previous the Babana Yemin.
No, let me say
the previous government.
I didn't previously they can be before the rollers here. To the what na previous to the
Akufo-Addo government.
I can say
for a January.
You move then.
The maintenance in
of them.
On your WAPCO maintenance.
And can what probably teacher one tiasia. Chiramu ye no da kon tiasia.
Oh yeah.
WAPCO ni gas pipeline and between Nigeria and Ghana. Chiramu.
Yes.
Tiasia say o man etim ne yesi ye wo. Facha me. Mo amhwe me. 60% illiteracy. If omo boa mesme boa. Sa no maka nda bia me ate aso.
Okay.
Enti asem bi wa wo kan. Obetimi kroma bombe. Wonte WAPCO nda. Wonso se WAPCO. Nti ono bada te WAPCO na se. Obetimi akro influence be gro nya menti ahoma su. Wonim ayi WAPCO nu ase kire. So wo a wo kan na se wo kire me se WAPCO na ase kire ne se adwuma wo nye ABCD. No to o tie we do na so te ebodi a ya se ade we nu se no wo ye no. What is so what can you West African gas pipeline company na wode gas free Nigeria ba Ghana twam Benin twam Togo be pie Ghana say company so obey maintenance into so maintenance ni say adwuma no a mama gas na wode free Nigeria de bra wo no e ma nyina mo nyama wode kan ya company si bi sa so glin dade no e benya dia producing kania no o mu nya gas na for that period no be maintenance no sa na kan no okay eno na me ka say opia kwa animu no oyefu yo ya nwodo na wonto wo se enimu nsu ansa na nsu ne yi ansa na makono maduro automatically wonsa ho yade the pain or the problem is still pending it wutu maintenance no said that no the problem is not solved
okay
it's still pending enti nay pending abeduro bi de so anampa abeduro bi de so we don't even know which date in January that they are even going to start doing that maintenance. Let's assume it be a starting from even next week. So starting from next week, what it means that some days after next week there may be shortage of gas. And that shortage of gas may affect some companies who rely on gas only. Okay. When you do that, people will not just blame. But when you don't give them the total facts and the reality now, who won't blame you unnecessarily. All right? To what man no? Am I mean you what man? Oh, but now can
what now say my other information them go gamma.
The information I did go assign with now what's an information about something America. Wow, okay, who's the again? And them ba
All of the Baba is creating a world decent paying jobs for Ghana.
Many I'm say me
on energy.
Energy no. Idea as I say yetiase and say. Honorable Herbert Krampa a statement not the buy. It was not a press statement. A Facebook post. And or yeah, post to. Want to mean trouble bien. And unti eno kan say. And unti eno kan say if you know this for no, if they are in doubt, among fair power producers. 2 examples of power generating companies are my menu kan say as in control nina. Want me control nina. Want me listening nina. But we are major power producers.
Okay.
The combined generation capacity of these 2 companies, you know, Sent Power and Asa, you know, over 700 megawatts of power. Only major companies, the PON and then the Tema companies. Yeah. In the example, no, on my combined capacity more than 700 megawatts of power. In the example, on my an example, no, so on my and so was sign a say, Obia what doubt to be a fair woman, I find out. Me asat now no na nka minua lawyer bahan. Who's a lawyer for the evidence based full. The minua lawyer ban ka minu se go be catch he ahwefo say oh ye bakra ne ye nuanu mendisi for ya frɛ no say John Herbert Krampa asem can enye no kre. But you have not been able to say this. But wo see obi a o keka ne nsɛm dia purpose no ne de ne mfa dia eno yentimi fa emenye. And baby, you can say in the next coming days, the information, baby, information there. Bibia the buy misinformation. You say baby out. I check Ghana for no correct. So far as Akufo-Addo still worship is concerned, Bibia the baby no misinformation. Now say based on propaganda and they can. You baby can't no correct. Ni ajaya magana for say man kasa omo fan sem minu ntu senia so. And for him to say that in the next coming days be babonten and information be wo bia omo be kan and then on the floor of the house you be use. And then outside the parliament and no you be use. Ama na ye no kre no na ye beka. Ye mo bia megu adwuma papa Akufo-Addo no ba mi abeya ne hu fi. Ye mo bia megu hu fi. And they should prepare, they should be prepared to meet us. Say some can be beer you believe say no cre eto aban atwam yiso na ebia pese no the cover face there yen de bibia beba be kan enye no cre. I'm happy say lawyer ankasa sem a kan or say maybe he was not too sure
the end become maybe
say on the on the full year crude oil near the generate here maybe so on the shortages near the. So I'm happy to say he's not too sure, but I believe say ABI.
I'm not getting your point.
So the capacity of Sent Power is 350 megawatts.
Yes.
340.
350. Sent Power.
350.
Sent Power, yeah.
No, the record that I have is 350.
I'm seeing
350. In fact, I'm on my website. Sent Power
350.
generation, yeah, 350 megawatts.
And ASA, so
maybe AXA.
ASA is 370. So you can check.
Sent Power the largest IPP. Our Ghana Hanu. It's a AXA Power so. It's 370 megawatts.
370 megawatts, yes. Yeah. Yes.
So we have 350 plus 370.
720.
720.
Yes.
America saying.
Oh, the ones under reference. The ones
under reference now.
The ones under reference.
No, they are all under reference. Don't forget it's America, part of America, Kumasi.
No, we were.
What does it? Part of America.
Now we were talking.
And they are all being used now.
And I want to also of
reference. Or limited who to get the two that.
Yes,
we have about 720 megawatts.
Major power producers.
Even if it's
200 certain examples. Baby, say ebia ebedu baby a esa say or ye press statement or ye press conference no be my more information.
No, you want make bank.
No.
Well, my crack.
That's all the information.
Oh, man, yeah.
No information. Information.
Blank sheet. Blank sheet.
There's anything about MPP.
You can't. Wow, comments. One can say, "What is on? Politicians. One can. You can't. Wow, comments."
Yeah, never know what's.
What I say, I can.
Yeah, better. Let you marry my member.
Oh, bonjour.
But that's what you know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Coffee.
I said, "If you want to know, you never should."